The role that ended her acting. Some of Hollywood's brightest performers have unexpectedly vanished from the public eye in recent years. Although some of these disappearances are due to natural declines in popularity, others were sensationally ejected from Hollywood for antics such as drug addiction, diva behavior, and legal issues. Will Smith. Will Smith has had a long and successful career, starting with The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and culminating with prominent action, comedy, and drama film roles in 2021. Smith resigned from the Academy, was banned for 10 years, and was ordered to return his prize after an incident at the 2022 Oscars in which he smacked Chris Rock. Amber Heard. Amber Heard started her cinematic career in films such as Pineapple Express and Never Back Down before meeting Johnny Depp on the set of The Rum Diaries. They were married from 2015 till 2017, at which time Heard claimed Depp abused her. The subsequent divorce settlement and litigation may have permanently harmed her career. Toby Maguire. Toby Maguire was an A-list actor before playing Spider-Man and appearing in films such as Brothers and The Great Gatsby. However, the critical disaster of Spider-Man 3, Maguire's concentration on producing, and a suspected predilection for gambling have all conspired to keep him from becoming a cinematic star. Cameron Diaz. Cameron Diaz made her cinematic debut on The Mask at the age of 21 and has since become a renowned actress. Diaz was not so much blacklisted by Hollywood as she opted to quit it. She's currently concentrating on her own wants and ambitions, as well as parenthood, writing, and marriage. Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser was formerly a well-known leading actor, appearing in films such as George of the Jungle and The Mummy. Following an alleged sexual assault by Hollywood mogul Philip Burke, he retreated from acting in public life. Following the event, Fraser reportedly stopped getting employment offers and was compelled to speak out by the Me Too movement. Jennifer Love Hewitt. Jennifer Love Hewitt was a well-known leading lady in the 1990s, playing in films such as Can't Hardly Wait and I Know What You Did Last Summer. Her fame surprisingly decreased after her first triumph, probably due to her reported diva behavior, bad critical evaluations, and public image concerns. Bill Murray. Bill Murray has been praised for his humorous antics throughout his lengthy career, but fresh allegations cast the actor in a different light. Following charges of improper conduct on the set of Being Mortal, the media has exposed and heavily condemned Murray's wrongdoing in the last few decades. Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes is a prominent action movie performer because of his athletic, martial arts, and magnetic qualities. The Blade actor's career peaked early and then cooled with his subsequent films bombed, and he was charged with misdemeanors for carrying hidden weapons and conducting a high-speed police pursuit. Jessica Biel. For the star of Seventh Heaven, The Illusionist, and Power Blue, public life has been pretty quiet. It's unclear why Hollywood is no longer casting Biel, but others speculate that her previous performances concentrated too much on her appearance rather than her skill, undermining her reputation for future big parts. Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey started his career as an actor in the 1980s, winning Academy Awards for his performances in The Usual Suspect and American Beauty. Following sexual assault claims and subsequent lawsuits, Spacey was written out of the final season of House of Cards and retired from public life to seek assessment and therapy. Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf started his career as a kid actor on Even Stevens before going on to achieve financial and critical acclaim in parts with Transformers, Honey Boy, and Peanut Butter Falcon. Following the lawsuit filed by former girlfriend FKA Twigs, LaBeouf took a break from acting and sought inpatient therapy. Alicia Cuthbert. Alicia Cuthbert, a former child actor, received critical acclaim for her appearance in House of Wax and The Girl Next Door. Despite having lost her Hollywood limelight in recent years, Cuthbert has a number of projects in the works or in post-production, including The Cellar, Bandit, and Friday Afternoon in the Universe. Sean William Scott. Sean William Scott made his Hollywood debut as the arrogant Steve Stifler in the American Pie comedy film trilogy. He allegedly took a break from Hollywood to go to rehab for personal reasons. Unfortunately, his comeback to the big screen resulted in failures and negative reviews. Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, who rose to prominence in the 1990s with parts in Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, and The Mask, is recognized for his slapstick comedy and hyperactive performances. Despite critical and economic success in following films such as Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Carrey left Hollywood to live a more peaceful existence. Edward Furlong. Edward Furlong found success early in his career as John Connor in Terminator 2: Judgment Day. Despite some mild success in his later films, Furlong's career slowly plummeted, and the majority of his films were released direct to DVD as he suffered with drug addiction, legal issues, and trips in rehab. John Cusack. John Cusack's breakthrough performance came in The Sure Thing in 1985, and he went on to have a successful career in Hollywood for the following 20 years. Cusack's career as an actor and producer has dwindled as he grew more politically and socially vocal, creating the Freedom of the Press Foundation and speaking out against Donald Trump. Christopher Mintz-Plasse. Christopher Mintz-Plasse, who is most well known for his portrayal of the well-known character Fogel in the comedy picture Superbad, was just 17 when he got his Hollywood stardom. Despite starring in minor parts following his first breakthrough, Mintz-Plasse has been unable to establish a prominent presence in the same manner his former co-stars Seth Rogen, Michael Cera, and Jonah Hill have. Jessica Alba. Jessica Alba rose to prominence in Hollywood in the early 2000s with appearances in Dark Angel, Fantastic Four, and Good Luck Chuck. Despite her early success, Alba's typecasting as a romantic lead, negative critical reviews, and blockbuster disappointments forced her to leave Hollywood and concentrate on her company and family. Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider was a former SNL cast member, most known for his appearances in The Hot Chick and The Animal. Most of his films received negative reviews, and he was even nominated for Worst Actor of the Decade by the Razzies. Later in his career, he also dealt with legal and public image difficulties. Taylor Lautner. Taylor Lautner seemed to be on the verge of great Hollywood triumphs as the heartthrob werewolf Jacob Black. Unlike co-stars Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson, Lautner was unable to shake the Twilight franchise's link with his image. Many of his films have been commercial flops, although he has had considerable success with television parts. Jay Moore. Jay Moore, a former movie and television actor and comedian, had minor parts in Jerry Maguire and The Ghost Whisperer. He's featured in a few television shows that received mixed reviews, but none of them drew a large audience. His revelation that he stole Rick Shapiro's Irish bartender routine didn't help his case either. Michael Richards. Cosmo Kramer was a rambunctious and well-liked character on the comedy Seinfeld, and he's one of Michael Richards' most famous parts. Following the Seinfeld finale, Richards launched his own television show, which was terminated after just 8 weeks because Richards was caught using racist obscenities at an audience member. Frankie Muniz. Frankie Muniz, best known for his appearances in Malcolm in the Middle, Agent Cody Banks, and Big Fat Liar, was considered one of Hollywood's most bankable teenagers. Although tales of his memory loss and small strokes seem to be overstated, Muniz left Hollywood to pursue open-wheel racing. Pauly Shore. With his stage moniker, The Weasel, Pauly Shore was once among Hollywood's comedic superstars. Despite early success with Encino Man and Class Act, he peaked fast and became overdefined by his stage character as his film career swiftly faded. He's currently concentrating on stand-up comedy with specials like Politics. Adam Sandler. Before the powers that be became tired of the former SNL star's blah films and skyrocketing budget requirements, Adam Sandler generated billions for Hollywood's elite. Sandler now has a multi-film contract with Netflix, so he can make all the odd expressions he wants with little to no monitoring from mega studios. Andy Dick. Sexual harassment allegations, many arrests, drug usage, and kissing Carrie Fisher at a Comedy Central roast are just a few of the incidents reported to News Radio's Andy Dick in the previous decade or so. It's no surprise that his career has plummeted, leaving the comic with nowhere to go but up. Dane Cook. Dane Cook, a stand-up comedian, seemed to be the next big thing in rom-coms in the mid-2000s. Cook's films began to bomb. He was accused of copying jokes, and he was eventually barred from the legendary Laugh Factory for reportedly assaulting a waitress. This is not exactly A-list conduct, Dane. That's life. Freddie Prinze Jr. Freddie Prinze Jr. was all over Hollywood, until he wasn't. Prinze took a vacation from acting due to several critically criticized films, a disagreement with 24 co-star Kiefer Sutherland, and some serious health difficulties. He's now back as a Star Wars Rebels voice actor, and he's even produced a cookbook. Eddie Murphy. Hollywood appears to adore distinctive individuals until they don't, which is what happened to famed comic Eddie Murphy. Murphy took time away from his 10 kids to enjoy 9 Razzie Award nominations after a series of blockbusters like Coming to America and the Shrek trilogy. Meg Ryan. While Meg Ryan in her career was subjected to the fury of the press during her divorce from ex-husband Dennis Quaid and following rumored romance with Russell Crowe, the actress learned a lot from the experience. Ryan described her media vilification as incredibly liberating in an interview with the New York Times in February 2019. "Now I was completely free," she said. "I didn't have to be concerned about what other people thought. I think I got to do what I secretly wanted to do. I'm going to live my life completely under the radar." Julia Stiles. We reserved The Last Dance for Julia Stiles and swooned over her relationship with Heath Ledger in 10 Things I Hate About You in the 2000s. However, transitioning from adolescent films to adult roles is difficult. The publicity-averse actress has fared better in small screen parts on dramas such as Dexter. Josh Hartnett. Josh Hartnett did not leave Hollywood, rather the former adolescent star left Hollywood. Though Hartnett is the first to confess that opportunities were drying up, he also made costly blunders by rejecting down jobs. He's back now, courtesy of Netflix and Penny Dreadful.